Boxing fans, are you ready for the ultimate showdown? If not, you better have buckled up. The latest spectacle from Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season rolled into London like a thunderous right hook, and this time, it took over Wembley Stadium for an unforgettable night of action. Yes, Riyadh season is back with its Wembley edition, and it blew the roof off with a headlining all-British heavyweight clash between none other than Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. If you weren't updated with the match yet, you might want to check your pulse because this card is stacked, the punches are heavy, and the knockouts? Well, let's just say you better not blink. Chapter 1. Riyadh Season. Before we dive into the blood-pumping, sweat-dripping, bell-ringing action, let's talk about the backdrop. Riyadh Season. For those of you who've been living under a rock, or maybe just lost in the undercard, Saudi Arabia's Riyadh Season is no ordinary entertainment series. It's a mega festival that spans sports, concerts, exhibitions, and some of the world's most epic boxing showdowns. This is the same Riyadh Season that has turned Saudi Arabia into a boxing haven, hosting mega fights over the years, including heavyweight clashes that have become must-watch events for fight fans worldwide. But this year, they decided to spice things up by taking the Riyadh Season on tour. First stop? Los Angeles in August. Next up? London, baby. Wembley Stadium, a venue synonymous with history, roaring fans, and, of course, iconic boxing matches. But wait, it gets even better. In a historic move, the stadium's capacity has been expanded to 96,000, a new United Kingdom record for boxing attendance. Just imagine it, 96,000 screaming fans, an all-British card, and fists flying faster than a Black Friday sale on boxing gloves. Can you picture it? This is not just a fight night, it's a full-blown experience. So how does Riyadh Season manage to pull this off? Simple. The kingdom has become synonymous with big events. They aren't just hosting boxing, they're redefining it, taking it global, and putting their unique spin on the sport. Chapter 2. The full boxing card. Now that we've set the stage, let's break down what we're all really here for, the fights. And trust me, this isn't one of those snoozer undercards you can nap through while waiting for the main event. Nope, this card is bursting with British boxing talent from top to bottom, and every single matchup is a must-watch. The main event, of course, is a heavyweight blockbuster between two titans of British boxing, Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. These two men are on fire right now, and this showdown promises to deliver more electricity than Wembley's floodlights. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, let's not forget about the undercard. Hamza Shiraz is back in action, fresh off his knockout win in Riyadh, and he's taking on European middleweight champ Tyler Denny. We've also got Anthony Kakase defending his IBF super featherweight title against none other than Josh Warrington, a former two-time world champion. Oh, and how about Joshua Buatsi versus Willie Hutchinson for the World Boxing Organization interim light heavyweight belt? Yeah, it's a title fight fiesta, and I haven't even mentioned former Olympian Josh Kelly squaring off against the dangerous Liam Smith in a light middleweight contest. And let's not forget the lightweight clash between Mark Chamberlain and undefeated Josh Padley, a fight guaranteed to feature enough speed and precision to give you whiplash. But let's be real, you're here for one thing and one thing only, the headliner, the heavyweight showdown between AJ and Dubois. Who's going to emerge victorious? And more importantly, how many teeth will be left on the canvas when the dust settles? Let's get into it. Chapter 3. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Let's face it, if there's one heavyweight fight that has the power to shake up the entire division, it's this one. Anthony Joshua, the two-time unified world champion, is back with a vengeance. After facing back-to-back defeats against Alexander Usyk, Joshua bounced back in style, stringing together 4 consecutive wins. He's looked better than ever since teaming up with new trainer Ben Davison, a partnership that's made his opponents wish they'd picked a different profession. Remember that one-sided dismantling of Otto Wallin last year? Or how about that total demolition of Ultimate Fighting Championship star Francis Ngannou in March? Joshua's back, baby, and he's not messing around. Then we've got Daniel Dubois, the new International Boxing Federation interim heavyweight champion, and let's be honest, he didn't get here by accident. Sure, like Joshua, he also fell short against Usyk, but boy, has he bounced back with authority. He's racked up brutal stoppage wins over Jarrell Miller and the previously unbeaten Filip Hrgović. Now, Dubois finds himself with the International Boxing Federation belt, but there's a little asterisk: he didn't win it in the ring. The International Boxing Federation stripped Usyk of the title when the Ukrainian champ opted for a Tyson Fury rematch rather than facing Dubois or Hrgović. So, this fight is not just about who's the baddest man in Britain. It's about legitimizing Dubois' claim to the title and Joshua's quest to join the ranks of three-time heavyweight belt holders. Legendary companies like Muhammad Ali and Lennox Lewis await the winner. Chapter 4. Round-by-round action. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the fight. As the two giants touched gloves, the tension in the stadium was palpable. The air was thick with anticipation. This wasn't just another heavyweight bout. This was a clash between two men looking to etch their names in the annals of boxing history. From the opening bell, Joshua looked sharp, using his jab to keep Dubois at bay. You could see the game plan, stick, move, and let Dubois feel the sting before stepping in for the kill. And boy, did Joshua look dangerous. Dubois, however, wasn't about to let AJ take control. He fired back with power punches of his own, testing Joshua's defense and reminding everyone that his fists are essentially cinder blocks. By the third round, it was clear both men had come to play. Dubois managed to sneak in a few crushing body shots that made Joshua wince. Yes, wince, but AJ stayed composed. He returned fire with a couple of brutal uppercuts that snapped Dubois' head back like a bobblehead doll. At this point, both fighters were swinging for the fences and the crowd. They were losing their minds. The sixth round is where things got spicy. Dubois unleashed a monstrous right hand that sent shockwaves through Joshua's legs. For a split second, it looked like we might witness a knockdown, but Joshua, ever the warrior, stayed on his feet. Instead of going on the defensive, AJ did what AJ does best: he fought back. With Dubois pressing forward, Joshua pivoted and caught him with a perfectly timed left hook, followed by a right uppercut that almost decapitated the younger fighter. Dubois wobbled. Joshua smelt blood. The crowd smelled victory. Chapter 5. The knockout. And then, in the eighth round, the moment came. You could feel it building. Joshua had been setting traps all fight long, luring Dubois in. With Dubois backing up against the ropes, AJ pounced like a predator. He feinted with the left jab and then, boom, a devastating right hand to the chin that sent Dubois crashing to the canvas. It was like watching a tree fall in slow motion. The ref didn't even bother with the full count. Dubois was out cold. Game. Set. Match. The crowd erupted into sheer pandemonium, their roars echoing off the historic walls of Wembley Stadium. Fans jumped to their feet, waving flags and cheering as they witnessed a knockout for the ages. Anthony Joshua, standing tall in the center of the ring, raised his arms in triumph, a victorious grin plastered across his face. His name was once again etched in heavyweight history. The International Boxing Federation belt was his, but more importantly, he had proved, once again, why he is one of the best to ever step inside the squared circle. The atmosphere was electric, filled with excitement and celebration, a testament to Joshua's indomitable spirit and skill. Perhaps it simply wasn't Daniel Dubois' day. Chapter 6. What a night. To sum it up, it was an unforgettable night of boxing, all thanks to Riyadh Season's Wembley edition. The card delivered in every sense: knockouts, title fights, and a heavyweight main event that reminded us all why we love this sport. Anthony Joshua is back on top, Daniel Dubois gave it his all, and we, the fans, were left with jaws on the floor and hearts racing. Boxing doesn't get much better than this. If you missed it, well, you might want to reconsider your life choices. And for those of you who caught every second of it, let's just say we'll be talking about this one for years to come.